Greetings gamers, welcome to part number 12 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 10, Radiant Dawn. And in today's episode, I have quite a bit to take care of. First and foremost, I need to throw a Thani at this knight. Absolutely enjoy the fact that she does so much incredible damage. Paragon is also helping her a lot because, well, she needs the levels. Well, it's always nice for her to have speed, too. So, will you KO? No, not even remotely close. Steel bow would, but that's only if you hit. Of course. Alright, nice. I kind of wish I had an iron axe for this. I'm gonna have to attack him with somebody else, unfortunately. That's okay, because I do have a hammer, which makes a lot more sense for me to be using on a knight than to attack somebody else with that unit, particularly. And you are gone. Yeah, but I'm gonna have to attack up close. Ooh. I don't like that. Not even a little bit. Well, so the only thing I can do is sit and wait. Breaking the door down. These two need to stay near each other because I need... break. You're the Liberation Army? I've heard about you. I'll never forget my debt to you. If I survive and make it home, I vow to devote the rest of my life to your cause. I'll fight for Daein honor like you do. Alright. So apparently these guys don't move. Which is A-okay with me. Let's put it that way. And I got the Master Seal. Nice. Let's just revert her for a moment. Nice. Ileana taking him out. I do want to say that there are definite reinforcements near where the boss is. I don't know when that's going to be exactly, but it's got to be remotely soon. Thank you, I'm saved. I couldn't have held out any longer. I'm going to make a run for it. I refuse to die in this pit of a despair. I just choose to live and return to my family. And Micaiah can go right here. Perfect. This isn't a dream. I can really leave this miserable cage? Oh, thank you, thank you. You've saved my life. You are most welcome. Now get out. Okay, the rest of my units need to move up and get ready for the onslaught. Or the onslaught, why did I just say that? On de jure. The armor sword boss of this chapter with capped defense, near capped resistance, and strength. Pretty good speed, too. Comes with a storm sword, which is the quote-unquote better variant of the wind edge. Problem is that the thing only has a 55 or a 50 hit. That's not exactly great. I mean, granted, wind edge isn't super good either, 60 hit. But that 12 might is definitely kind of frightening. Luckily, he has no skills to speak of, and he is armored, so I could just come over here and thwomp him with a good old thani or hammer, and he's just gone. Alright, Moram, you can go right there. Okay, so no reinforcements still. Kind of very strange. I could have sworn that there were reinforcements over here. Maybe it's when Micaiah comes close? Not all too sure. But I do know one thing I'm going to be doing right now, and that is promoting Leonardo. He is now a level 1 sniper. Much better bases, especially for the purposes I have him, which is to chip. He's not exactly ever going to be some fantastic world beater of a unit, that's for sure. But he is still useful. And Thani does not exactly KO here. I could steal a vulnerary.
Blundering through like a bull in a china shop. Come closer so I can shatter your ambition like glass. I will beat into your very bones just who rules this land.
All right.
We are the Daein Liberation Army. We demand you free the hostages or face the consequences.
Of all the ridiculous, all of you pigs from Daein will be our slaves till you die. It's your destiny. What need have we, swine, for freedom? Swine are happier being kept and consumed.
If that's how you really feel, then.
A good old Thani coming your way.
They were worthless, trivial, only scum of Daein. How could that filth have...
And another beautiful level up for Micaiah.
Hello, it's been a while. Little South, you've grown up.
Why does everybody keep saying that?
You know, little. Oh, sorry, I guess I have to respect your manly pride now.
Yes, please, or something like that.
Sir South, will that do?
South will do, just South.
I'm afraid I could never speak so familiar with my little one's good friend. So, with your permission, Sir South.
No, that doesn't... Oh, never mind. And heal up Ileana for just a little bit more experience points while she's near Aaron. They definitely need to be supported. Honestly, wouldn't even matter if I were to get reinforcements right now. Just because the enemy don't attack on the same turn they reinforce. No coin, huh? Unfortunate. And that is a seize.
See here, Soth. Who were those three, and where did they come from? Will they join my liberation army?
They are my personal acquaintances from Begnion, and yeah, they can handle themselves in a fight. But if any more Legus join us, there will be problems. We've managed to hide Volug and his true nature, but with more Legus, it will surely get out.
Any such backlash can be extinguished with proper punishment. But Legus, they're powerful and expendable. Just what we need. By all means, invite them to join.
They are good friends. I'm sure they'll agree to help if I ask. You mumbling creep. But isn't it the prince, and not you, who should make those decisions?
Question me not, young Soth. My words are the prince's words. You need to understand that. Isn't that right, my prince?
Yes, that's right. You should do as Azuka wishes. I see.
I'm glad you see. Now quickly go talk to your friends and see to it you don't foul it up.
How did you get here so soon? More importantly, how did the investigation go?
It went great. In fact, we finished up so quickly that we flew here to back you up in case you needed help. Oh, sorry, I haven't introduced myself. You're Micaiah, I take it? I'm Tormod. 3 years back, Soth and I were in the Crimean army. Sorta. We fought side by side as mercenaries under Ike. Of course, General Ike. Again. I beg your pardon? Nothing, don't mind me. So, anyway, what is this investigation Soth requested of you?
I began to have doubt that the Apostle, Begnion's Empress, actually knew what was happening in Daein. At only 13, the Apostle may be young, but she's proud and upstanding. She'd never let these kinds of things happen to Daein. So I asked Tormod to fill her in on what was really happening here.
This is what we learned. The Apostle had noticed something shady about Daein. She was investigating on her own. She traced the ones pulling the strings to a certain faction of senators. Now she's snapping mad, but without proof she can't publicly move against them.
The Apostle is the highest power in Daein. Even so, she and the Senate are rarely on good terms with each other.
Soth, she promised she'd help us however she can. She said to do whatever is necessary, and that inspired me to find you sooner than later.
I see. So, I can depend on having you three around for at least a little while?
Yeah, your old pal here is going to take care of everything. Just try getting rid of me.
I can only try.
What do you mean by that? Ah, you're as black-headed as ever. Blockheaded as ever.
I thought that was going to say black-hearted, so I mixed up black-hearted with blockheaded.
That's Soth. He looks happy for some reason.
Because he's reunited with my little one?
That must be it. Oh, Soth. Ever since he was small, he's tried to act more grown-up than the grown-ups. I've taken care of him so long, and still I've never seen him smile so easily before.
Watch what you say. Comments like that, they reveal that your appearance belies your true age.
What are you?
Among the Legus, there are those who detest and revile half-breeds such as yourself. They call you parentless, and deny you any Legus heritage, honor, or dignity. Take due care.
Oh no. Pretty fantastic amount of bonus experience points I am accruing here.
Lagu's warriors, led by Tormod, join the escaped prisoners, and Daein's army grows ever larger. Its victories at Talrega and other key locations have strengthened its position. The army rides across the land, liberating prisoners from Begnion encampments. The Daein ranks swell with the influx of veteran soldiers, and the men begin to dream of the day when they may retake the capital. Like a fever, conflict grips the nation. The night will be long before this fever breaks. All eyes turn toward Daein's capital as the liberation begins what all believe will be a long and bloody march.
Chapter 8, Glory Unwanted. Daein Keep.
You summoned me, Your Grace?
Jared, there is trouble. The Apostle has formed an inspection team. She's dispatching it to Daein.
Oh ho!
I've arranged to meet with the Senate's Vice Minister, Duke Gatos. If we ask him the favor, I imagine he could discreetly sweep their findings under the rug. But in the meantime, you must obliterate the insurgents. Once that is done, we'll devise excuses.
Understood, sir. What's the plan? Will the senators be able to cover up this mess?
If the inspection team and the rebel army ever cross paths, even the Senate won't be able to hide the truth. We'll lure the rebels to Shifu Swamp. We'll plant tales of a mass execution there, and they'll be sure to come. Then we'll trap the malcontents and wipe them from the face of the earth.
It's amazing. My wound is healed. I give you thanks. I never thought I'd see the silver-haired maiden work miracles before my very eyes.
Silver-haired maiden, help them! You must help them! Help who? What's going on? Calm down and tell me. They're killing our men. I beg you, please save them.
Prisoners from Jode work camp are being collected in Shifu Swamp and executed.
Not only Jode, there's reportedly a plan to exterminate all prisoners in every camp and let the swamp conceal their remains.
I've heard nothing of such a plan. It's a false rumor or an enemy trap. It may indeed be a trap, but if we don't investigate, we risk a mass execution.
And what if it is a trap and they vanquish the Liberation Army? The dream of restoring Daein to glory will die instantly. For the good of Daein's future, we must ignore this threat.
I understand, and that's why I won't take any troops. Only myself and my old friends will go.
Micaiah?
If you refuse them your permission, I will go alone.
Stop right there, little lady. I will not authorize this action without the prince's full approval.
Izuka, let her do as she wishes. Please. She hasn't disappointed us yet.
My prince. Fine, but I can't help but feel as if these children are running your army.
Well, some old coot is running the army, so what's it matter? We're just about ready. Let's talk to Tormod and... Micaiah?
Oh, sorry.
Hey, remember our promise from 3 years ago? There are no secrets between us.
Soth, Moram knows that I'm older than I look.
I see. Well, don't worry too much about it. You can trust him.
Yes, I'm sure of that, but Moram seems very trustworthy, but what about everyone else? What would they think if they knew all of my abilities came from the mixed blood running through my veins? Blood they consider cursed.
Micaiah, stop.
Right now, when they look at me, they have love and affection in their eyes. But would they look at me the same if they knew? I don't want to find out, Soth. I don't think I could bear the truth.
You know we can stop.
What do you mean?
Look, this was an impossible situation to begin with. You've always led such a secluded life. Ever since you were thrust into this position, I worried that the pressure might get to you.
You're right. I knew it would turn out like this. Despite that, I accepted the job, but I can't stop now.
But Micaiah...
Listen, Soth, I realized something after Daein lost the war.
What's that?
I realized how much I love my country.
And?
During the war, I spent a lot of time with the people of Daein while I was waiting for you to return. After we lost the war, all our cities and towns had been reduced to ruins. We had to help each other to cope. We supported and comforted each other. That's how we survived.
You never mentioned this before.
I've been secluded so long I had no idea people were so strong and kind. No one knew who I was, but they helped me because I was from Daein. They were so loving. They were my friends.
And now you won't leave them.
I was touched by their kindness. Now I'm scared to lose it. Very scared.
Micaiah.
I suppose this isn't the time to worry about such things. If my power is needed to liberate Daein, I will stand my ground and fight.
Well, not to spoil your resolve, but if things get too hot, I'm just going to grab you and run.
Soth.
Friends and Daein are important, but not as important as you are to me. Remember that.
All right. Thank you, Soth.
Sorry about this, Lady Micaiah. Just this once, I agree with Lord Azuka's concerns.
I completely understand. This is my fight, and mine alone. Please keep the prince safe, General Toronio.
I'll protect Micaiah. I've enlisted extra help too. We'll make it back in one place.
I place my trust in you, Soth. Best of luck. Oh, I nearly forgot. You should take this.
What a peculiar staff. What power does it possess?
It is a restore staff. It will help you recover from poison, sleep, and paralysis. Enemies will use every method they possess to destroy you. It is best that you be prepared for every eventuality.
Thank you, General Toronio. We will return safely.
I know, and I know you'll save the hostages too.
Nice, a restore staff.
I wonder where boss is. These tents all look the same. Hello, Vika. Can I help you?
Meep.
Vika? You always run away from me. Did I do something to offend you? No. I'm so sorry. I can't explain why this happens. I get so jumpy around you. There's just something about you. Oh. Oh, but please don't be sad. It's not you, it's me. I get confused sometimes. I really admire you, and then I get a bizarre feeling, and it's alright. Sorry to bother you. No, wait. I want to overcome this. I don't like that I feel I must avoid you for some inexplicable reason, but I know how painful it is to be feared. I'm really, really sorry. Let's be friends, okay? If you can forgive me, that is. Of course I can forgive you. Thank you, Vika. I'd be honored to have your friendship. Here, take this as a token of that friendship. Please, take it. I'd like you to have it. What a beautiful figurine.
Morgana.
Looks so serene. Carry it with you. It'll bring you good luck. I met my boss in Morum thanks to that figurine. Thank you, Vika. I'll cherish it. I'm glad you like it.
The Ashira icon. Luck is not really all that great. Never has been in Fire Emblem. But it is nice having a good old stat booster. Restore staff, obviously on Laura. She's going to need it as she is the only one who can use it. Which reminds me, the rest of my time managing my convoy will be off screen. I will see you all in just a moment. Alright, I am back, fully readied and prepared, and going to leave the base.
Good, you may begin. Here, have a little swim. No, no, help, someone.
Stop.
You're that bleeding heart filth.
We are the Daein Liberation Army. Everyone, hold tight. You'll be safe soon. Look at her hair.
Could it be the silver-haired maiden? Our country's savior come to rescue us? The savior of Daein. Whether they suspected a trap or not, they're here, brazen fools. All hands take battle positions. Silver-haired wench, I'm going to drown you and all of Daein's hopes in these filthy waters. You have no escape.
So it's a trap after all.
Don't get too smug, you cruel cowards. We have a little something up our sleeves, too. Tormod, here's your chance.
Lady Nyla, Volug.
Subhumans! They're everywhere! How?
Raphael, even you came to help? What happened just now? What was that strange song?
That was Vigor, a Huron Gulger that can reinvigorate our allies in a fight. Don't be distracted, Micaiah. Let's set our formation while we can.
Yes, let's set our formation. Obviously I'm not bringing Aaron. I kind of want to bring Edward, but I almost think that Zehark is a better choice here. I can't bring Jill. That's kind of unfortunate. I was going to use her for this specific chapter because I thought it would be nice to have a bit of a flyer flying around, but I forgot that that's just not something you can do. So I'm going to be stuck with these units. I say stuck, but I think pretty well capable. Funny that Vika and Morum are both at 0 gauge, and yeah, even though they were just transformed. Though Nyla and Volug are at full gauge. Going to be talking about these units in just a moment. Save. And fight. And of course, the first thing I want to do is talk about said units. And first and foremost, we have Raphael here. He's a Huron. Raphael, a Huron prince of the Lost Serenus Kingdom. He cannot fight, but wields the power of Gulcher. His stats are very, very bad. This is just real, just realistic information understanding. His stats are not supposed to be good because he is not a combative unit. As the game says, he wields Gulcher, and Gulcher does many different things in this game. Primarily and most usefully, it allows your adjacent allies to move again. Specifically in Raphael's case, he can, transformed or not, he can dance, quote-unquote, or Gulcher for all 4 of the adjacent units around him, which is awesome. That means he can make 4 units move again as long as you position them correctly. This makes Raphael one of, if not the best unit in this game utility-wise. Such a fantastic unit. With growths of 60% in HP, 0% in strength, humorous, 40% magic, 10% skill, 20% speed, 60% luck, 10% defense, and 50% resistance. He has very generic dancer growths. High HP, high luck, high resistance. The only thing that's weird about him compared to most other dancers is he doesn't really have a high speed growth, but granted, he is a Legoose, so he will transform and he will have double stats. And at his maximum speed, he's actually pretty speedy, especially with his cap of 50 luck, which he will reach. Now, he comes with 2 innate skills, one of which is locked to him. First, Blessing restores HP to all adjacent ally units equal to this unit's magic power, so there is a reason for him to have magic growth. There is also a way he can attack with it, but that is something I'm going to be showing you later on. It's not actually something in his own kit, but something I can give him to allow him to attack. Will I be doing that? No, never, but it is there. And he does have Gulcher. So Gulcher allows this unit to sing Gulcher to 8 allies. The level of the user affects which Gulcher can be used. So at different levels, the Hurons, because there is multiple Hurons in this game, learn different Gulcher. They all come with Vigor first, which is the one that allows your units to move, and in Raphael's case, he is the best and most adequate at this, just because of how abysmally strong that Gulcher is. Vigor allowing 4 units to move again is kind of insane. And then I have Nyla. Nyla, the Wolf Queen. An elegant silver-haired wolf who can petrify enemies with her gaze. She employs the skill Savage, so she comes with the Great Fang, which has 20 might and a double S strike rank. So right now she has a 54 attack, which is kind of insane. She is very near capping skill and speed, pretty close to capping luck, defense, resistance, and strength too. She's not very far off of it. And she's an incredibly powerful unit. Her untransformed stats are too good for this point in the game. That's how powerful she is. Nyla has a 60% HP, 30% strength, 15% magic, 20% skill, 20% speed, 45% luck, 30% defense, and 30% resistance growth. She's not going to go very far with growths, but she doesn't need them. At base, she is perfectly viable for the entirety of this game, and that is 100% not a joke at all. Not a joke. Now, she comes with Glare. Can immobilize an enemy unit until the current map is cleared. This does not work on bosses, and it has a very low hit rate, so it's not all that great in the first place, but as you can see, her capacity is insane. 100 capacity. She already has 5 skills, only room for 1 more skill, and there is no possible way that she could fill up that capacity. The Royal Legus in this game are incredibly busted. They all have more capacity than regular Legus, which, in turn, regular Legus have more capacity than the Bjork. So this is another buff to Legus to make them quote-unquote competitively viable. They're still not all that great. She's fantastic, but we'll see why that is in a moment. Now, she comes with Guard. This is the skill we've seen on Soth. Can redirect attacks aimed at supported allies units toward this unit. Units must be adjacent. This is actually a great thing for her to have because she supports Raphael, and that's a quick support, and keeping them close is a good idea. It's not to be relied on, but it can, if it works, you know, and it saves Raphael's life, it can be great. Now, she also comes with Form Shift, which allows the unit to transform at any time. The unit will stay transformed until choosing to revert forms. This is not like Half Shift. All of the Legus Royals have this skill. It is locked to them, and it makes them busted strong. Something that I plan on taking full advantage of. Now, of course, she comes with Shove, but Savage. This is a class mastery skill for wolves only. It can inflict damage at triple strength rating and have enemy skill for a turn. The secondary effects of most of these class masteries are totally useless, like the halving of enemy skill for a turn. Nobody's going to survive this, because what this is it means that it takes her base strength of 34, multiplies that by 3, which is 102. Then you add her 20, so it's 122 attack, and she attacks with 122 damage against enemies, which is kind of insane. Just to think about. Alright, so I can move here. I'm not going to be able to attack both, or with both. He doesn't even KO. It is good to attack and KO the magic users first. Can he do at least that? Yes, he can. Ooh, and a miss. I was kind of worried about that low percentage crit there, but Volug is fine. Take out you. Do have to be mindful of where this enemy can go. And then the rest of my units are going to deal with these enemies, get them out of the way as fast as possible. And I believe that is, yeah, C rank and light. Not great, but better than what she had. 6 damage. Not a lot. Leonardo is going to take some time before he is up to snuff with the rest of my units, but he should make way at some point. And Edward gets a level. Level 2. Pretty good one, too. Now, an interesting thing about this map is that this map also comes with several hidden items, specifically 3 coins. And one of those coins is, I believe, right here. No, it's over here, I think. It's hard to tell. Another coin is over here. I believe right here, actually. And then a final coin is right here, potentially. Now, the coins are useful for forging because they allow you to get random bonuses. Something I have not showed off yet because forging is not something I always go about out of my way to do. But one thing I for sure am going to be grabbing is the arm scroll that looks to be over here. That is definitely something that I want. The arm scrolls are always useful and something you should be going out of your way to get if you can. Iron dagger. I should have just used the bronze dagger since, you know, there was not really any hope of KOing with that dagger. And sling some fire your way. It's going to have to be Hellfire in order to KO here. And I think I'm just going to leave these 2 here and end my turn. And Moram punched back, even though he's not transformed. Something I wish was a thing in Path of Radiance, but I can't retroactively fit that on there now, so oh well. And some healing for all of my allies who need it. Or can get it. Not too many. But with that being said, I think this is a perfect time to cut off this episode. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe depending on your platform. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.